Guardians is an asymmetric base control card game from Plaid Hat Games, and it is trying to insert itself into a genre that I think there are a lot of games already. So the question is, what does this game do unique, and is it worth checking out? Hello everyone and welcome back to the Battlecast. In today's video I'm going to be checking out Guardians from Plaid Hat Games. Now this is a game for 2 or 4 players and it plays in about 30 to 60 minutes. Now as always I review games based on gameplay, components, and fun factor. Let's go ahead and jump into gameplay. So at its core, Guardians is a base battler, and it's asymmetric because it allows a hero draft at the start of the game amongst a wide pool of heroes, and each of those heroes brings their own unique cards and their own unique ultimate, and they're kind of smashed together to make a team. The objective of Guardians is to get 9 points, and the way that you get points in Guardians is by competing in a sort of tug of war for bases, and the base's points vary. You can advance your control token on a base either by killing an enemy hero, which is worth 2 points towards your side, or if you are the only player at the start of your turn who has an active hero on that location, you'll move it 1 space towards your control side. Now there are many heroes in Guardians, and all of them are unique. Firstly, they have a unique passive ability, and it can be quite simple. For example, Graves does damage to people passively at his location, or it could be like Valkyrie, who does more damage if other of her teammates are exhausted. They also have the damage they inflict when they attack, and their health total, which when reduced to 0, they are knocked out. Now while playing Guardians, your heroes are going to be on bases, and they can be in 2 states. There's ready, and there's exhausted when they're on their side. When a hero is exhausted, you can't play any cards associated with that hero, you can't attack anymore, and also you don't count as contesting that base, and that's very important. On a player's turn, they can take 3 actions, and the actions are very simple. You can attack with a hero, thereby exhausting it. You can move a hero to an adjacent base. You can play a card from hand, or you can simply use that action to draw more cards. When a hero's health is reduced to 0, it is knocked out. And it's not really that big of a deal. At the start of that player's turn whose hero was knocked out, they simply respawn their heroes on any base out on the field, but they do so after the control step, so they don't count for controlling purposes. One of the most interesting things about Guardians are the ultimates that the heroes bring. Now these ultimate abilities don't go into your deck, they actually sit out on the battlefield. And as you play your cards from hand, you're going to develop what's called charge. And you assign this charge to any of the ultimates you have. When the charge cost is met as an action, you can unleash this ultimate as a one-time per game ability for devastating effects. For example, Valkyrie, who just knocks out every enemy champion at her base. Players will battle it out in a tug of war across the 4 available bases using their character cards, their ultimates, and attacks. When a control token is pushed towards the left or rightmost side of the card, whoever side it is takes that base, takes the points associated, and puts a new base out. Whoever gets to 9 points first wins. Now moving on to components. Well, Guardians is a card game, and it comes in, a standard Asmodee type box, nothing to write home about. As far as art goes, again, totally subjective. I get if you like this. To me, it felt very kind of generic, vanilla, superhero-y. I neither liked it nor disliked it, and the components were fine. Now moving on to fun factor. Well, I'm not going to beat around the bush and say that I think that Guardians is a very safe game. I don't think that it does anything particularly good, and I also don't think it does anything particularly bad. While playing the game several times, there were no stand-up moments. I didn't really feel excited because everything plays out very formulaically, and let me explain what I mean. Firstly, the hero's health pools are very low. So, when you have an 8 health hero, it'll take 2-3 attacks to kill that hero. And when they die, there's, not too much consequence. Obviously, you push the base forward, But the fact that you just get to respawn back at the start of your turn almost sometimes works to your advantage, because if you lose two heroes, well, now you can just come tag team an isolated hero and kill them next turn. And because of this no consequence respawn, the game very much plays where I score a base because I killed your heroes, you respawn them, tag team one of my heroes, score a base, I respawn. It's like a tit for tat. All of our games were like, you get a base, I get a base, you get a base, I get a base. It just felt like heroes don't live long enough to feel their uniqueness. Furthermore, attacking in this game is kind of it's kind of bad. I mean, if you attack with your character, you no longer count as controlling or contesting a base, so that's the drawback. So as a result, you want to just play cards from hand. And in fact, playing your cards from hand is always better than attacking, because not only does it not exhaust your hero, but it does damage, sometimes more than your attack, and probably something extra. Now, granted, the ultimates in this game are super cool. I think that's a very interesting thing. But again, there's people die so darn quick that they don't, your health pool's so low, it doesn't feel very cool. You know, knock out a hero instantly with your ultimate. Cool. Or you could just, play two cards and kill them anyway. When I think about Guardians, I see a game that has potential. The mechanics are cool. The idea is cool. The ultimates, I love that. I love the ultimates being out and, for everyone to see so you can plan around them. But in some ways, I think that Plaid Hat probably just shrunk the game down to a more accessible level, maybe too accessible. And as a result, there's just no standout moments for me. There's not a very exciting game to play. Your heroes just come and go, they die easily. There's not a lot of thinking because it's just, do I have cards? Of course I play the cards. Do I attack? Probably not. I'll just move to an empty base. And I'm sure that there is some strategy that could come from this game. There's probably higher level play that I never got to. But the bottom line is I didn't feel the motivation to get there because I thought the gameplay was kind of meh. So I'm a bit disappointed with Guardians. It's a game that I really wanted to like because I like card-based base battlers like Smash Up. But there you have it. That's my review for Guardians from Plaid Hat Games. Let me know what you think about this game. Have you had good experience with it? Am I completely missing the mark? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider supporting the channel by liking this video or subscribing to the channel, and especially hitting that bell icon. Feel free to leave comments in the comments section below. I love talking with you guys. Until next video, I'll see you then. Thanks.